Hello P6s. Welcome to Literacy for Wednesday. Remember, this is your last week of work before you get a half-term break for a week. So try your very best and give your very best effort. That's all we can ask for. So what have we got lined up for literacy today? Phonics. We're looking at the endings ARY, ERY, and ORY. So, normal work for a Wednesday to write at least 4 sentences using as many of the target words as possible. Bug Club. Don't forget to log on to your Bug Club. Spend at least 15 minutes reading. If you can't get into Bug Club or you finish your books, then make sure you read your own book. Very important. So what is our main activity? Well, this week we have been looking at opposites, or another word for them is antonyms. So think of words like huge and tiny. More and less, they're opposite in meaning. But this week we've looked at words where you add prefixes. That means letters at the beginning of the word to create the opposite of the word. So let's look at the word like. Earlier in the week we looked at the opposite of like. We added dis, dislike. The same for appear. You appear or you disappear. Today, we are going to focus on adding un to words, or im or in. So, friendly. We're all very friendly. What would the opposite be of friendly? Well, we'd add the prefix un, unfriendly. Something is safe or unsafe would be the antonym, the opposite of it. I know you're very kind. The opposite of kind, antonym, would be unkind. Here we have like again. Now, that is not a mistake that I've written down twice. We can like somebody or dislike something. Or if we don't look the same, or two things are not the same, they unlike each other. So there's the same word, which you can add 2 different prefixes to it. Let's look at active. We all like to stay active by doing lots of exercise. But there's times where you're not doing exercise, you would be inactive. Visible. When you can see something, or if you can't see it, something is invisible. So you can see on those words, I've added prefixes, letters at the start, to make the words opposite meaning, antonyms. So what is our main task for today? Well, there are 2 sheets to do with antonyms, a high level and a low level one. So let's look carefully what you have to do. Down the left-hand side are words where you've created the opposite by adding un, in, or im. So let's look at the first example. I'm certain of something, or I'm uncertain, I'm not sure. So the example is adding un, and then adding in or im. So you get something correct, or make a mistake, it's incorrect. Something is possible to do, or it's impossible, you can't do it. So what do you have to do? So for part A, and you're going to be working on a sheet. Maybe you've been using a book to write your answers, or a page, or you can write the answers on the sheet. But preferably, it's good to write them out on a blank page or maybe an English book that you've been using at home. So for part A, write the opposites of these words by placing the correct prefix before them. So we've got the word secure. Would you add un, in, or im? So unsecure, insecure, or insecure. Now often with these, if you just say the word aloud, you can almost hear what sounds correct. So in this case, it would be insecure, adding in. So the second one, selfish. Again, try the different prefixes. unselfish, inselfish, or unselfish. I'm sure you can hear just by me saying those that it's unselfish. So you do that for part A. Part B. Which word in your list of opposites best describes? So what you could do is look at the list of all the opposites, the antonyms, and we've given you the meaning. So a person who frequently tells lies. So you look down the list of opposites and you will see that it's somebody who is untruthful. So you'd write down, and the answer is untruthful. A salary which is not enough to live on. So again, look carefully down the list of words. You need to use a dictionary to help you with some of the meanings of the words. That's absolutely fine. So the word would be insufficient. That means you haven't got enough. So that's for part B. So you've got to find the word in the list of opposites which best describe, which means those. And then the last part is to use the antonyms impossible, unsuitable, unselfish. If you don't know the meaning of them, look in our dictionary. Then you've got to write a sentence using those words. The lower level sheet. Part A, write the opposite of these words by placing un before them. So very simply, you've got happy, you're going to add un to it to make the opposite, the antonym, unhappy. And then in part B, you choose any of the 5 words that you've made in part A, and you're going to write them in a sentence, using them in a sentence your own. Again, if you're not sure of the meaning, look up the word in a dictionary. And then part C, you're going to write the sentence, rewrite the sentence, and fill in the missing word, which is the opposite of the word in bold. So, the new hospital building is currently finished is in bold. So the opposite of that would be unfinished. So you're going to write the sentence, the new hospital building is currently unfinished. So you're going to write the opposite of the word, which is in bold, in dark.